Okay, this is just a little refresh on how to create a production drawing. Now, you will find the drawing template in the pupil data folder, or you might have saved a copy into your own personal folder. For myself, I've got it built into my drawing templates here. So I'm going to go into drawing and it'll automatically open up my standard template file that has my parts list in it. So I am set up to do that. Yours is a slightly different step where you would have to open this up. Now, because I've got this title block, I can go in and start adding information in just by double clicking. So I can pop in dates like so, and I can pop in my name and just information about this drawing, etc., etc. So it's really important you have the correct title block page up and running before you do anything else. Okay, so how do we create some orthographics? We're going to go to Model View. We're going to browse for our components. So I'm going to use this one that's called a bearing. Press open, and it's giving me a preview. Sometimes it doesn't give me a preview because this is deselected over here. So it's just giving me a blank box. But if I click on preview, it will allow me to see what this view is going to look like. So I'm looking for an elevation. So that one could be fine. I have this option here, and I can just rotate through all the options, but I'm going to go straight on. I'm happy with that there. We pop it in like so and confirm. Now, occasionally in SOLIDWORKS, you find these origin marks appear. They don't print out, but they appear on the screen and just become a bit of a nuisance. So we're going to select it. I'm going to go up to View, Hide Show, and click on Origins, and that will just get rid of that for you. So this is my elevation. A couple of things we can do if we just scroll down a little bit. I'm going to turn Hidden Detail on, and if I scroll down a little bit more, I'm going to change the scale. Rather than being 1 to 2, I'm going to make it 1 to 5. I want to fit more things on the page than just this component. So I'm happy with that scale. Let's zoom in a little bit. Generating the other views is really simple. It's just projected view now. Pop in a plan view, pop in an end elevation, pop in an isometric like so. I'm not a big fan of hidden detail on the isometric, so we're just going to turn that off. And then please be very careful. Occasionally find that pupils, because they're trying to fit things in the page, they'll drag the plan view below, or they'll drag the right end elevation over to the left-hand side. You can't do that, because that's you then breaking the rules of third angle projection, which is what we follow for the British standards that we use, BS 8888. So be very careful when you're moving any of these views about. Okay, another wee thing that sometimes people have a wee issue with is putting in exploded views. So again, I go to Model View. I've already created an exploded view, so I've got one in this folder, I think. Here we go. Just press open, and I'll just probably take a wee second or two for this to load up. A reminder that everything down the left-hand side allows you to edit these. So for some reason, it's asked me to rebuild this model. It's probably because I was working on it recently. So you can see I'm getting a sort of elevation. I actually want an isometric, so that looks fine to me. It's a little bit small, so I'm going to change the scale. I'm going to crank it up to 1 to 2. Oh no, that's far too big. Let's go 1 to 5. See how that looks, far too big. We'll just keep working our way until we get one that we're happy with. Okay, so ideally, want something just a little bit smaller than that. We'll go 1 to 20, and that's perfect for this size of page. I'm just going to pop that on there like so. Now, for some of you, you won't get that. For some of you, you'll find that there are a number of exploded views in this pull down menu. You need to select the last one so that you have the full exploded view. Okay, a couple of other wee reminders within annotation. You can use the Smart Dimension tool. You can use the Note tool. You can also use the Center Mark and Center Line tool. You may or may not be familiar with the Balloon tool, which is really handy when you have something like an exploded view. However, I would always encourage you to move your balloons so they are sitting nice and neatly on the page, and you can adjust how they're sitting. And then the other wee thing about an exploded view, it's quite nice if you add in a parts list, so we call that a bill of materials. All we need to do is select exploded view and just tick and pop that on the page. If we zoom in a little bit, you can see that you can go in and you can edit that.